Yo, what's good, my people? It's your boy, Big Chris, Compton Animator, and I'm here to give you another review. Tonight, we're going to review Friday Night SmackDown, October 11, 2013. And tonight's show was pretty okay. Let's get into it. So, they start off by showing, the recaps from Monday night and Big Show knocking out Triple H. And, preceding that, Vicky Guerrero comes to the ring and she starts talking about, how what Big Show did was heinous and, he'll get his whatever, Alberto proceeds to come to the ring after that and he starts saying how she should take him out the match with John Cena. It's not fair to him. And then Vicky Guerrero was like, you know what? If you want me to take you out, then you gotta do something for me, some shit like that, and give me a kiss. And he gives her a peck on the lips, on the cheek at first, then a peck on the lips, and then she goes, don't do it like a gringo, do it like a Mexican. And then he gives her a full kiss, and then she says, no matter what, she points to her ass and says, kiss my ass and shit like that. And she says some other bullshit, and no matter what, she's not taking him out the match with John Cena. Alberto Del Rio was good in this segment. Vicky Guerrero was okay. She wasn't her most annoying self that she usually is. She was annoying, but she wasn't bad acting in this. I did like that. She did use his little sex appeal thing against him, and kind of like throwing him off and stuff like that. And then what else was it? Damien Sandow came out and he basically said, that he's the uncrowned champion and that he's better than Del Rio and that, he just give him a chance and he'll beat Del Rio and stuff like that. So Vicky Guerrero puts Alberto Del Rio and Damien Sandow in a match together, which is kind of interesting because it's a heel versus heel match, which you don't get a lot of, and also it's hard to find out who you're going to root for in these type of matches. Then Alberto Del Rio ends up attacking Damien Sandow, and they go into a little brawl until Alberto Del Rio hops up on the outside. The first match of the night was Curtis Axel versus R-Truth for the IC Championship. Intercontinental Championship, if you don't know what IC means. It was an okay match. I think their best match them two had so far. Not a bunch of the reels. His name, R-Truth had some crowd interaction, and Curtis Axel, acted a little bit angrier in this match, but there was nothing really to this match that would interest me besides the fact that I'm a wrestling fan, or even besides the fact that I wanted to review SmackDown, because if nothing else, the match ends with Curtis Axel winning, which is like, who cares? And it leads to nowhere. R-Truth winning here would have been interesting and would have led to more story. Axel winning does nothing for me. It also just does nothing for the story, because what do you do with R-Truth and Axel now? Nothing, basically. Axel done beat R-Truth like 3 times already. So yeah, they did a commercial break, and what was after that? Okay, so yeah, the next match to come up was Los Matadors versus Jobber's team called Los Locals, and this is a pretty interesting match right here. The Los Locals, or however you say their names, were pretty fun to watch and stuff. They played a good part. I think there was somebody that we know under those masks. I just couldn't tell. But they did their job against the Los Matadors, and Los Matadors came out with the win here, which was pretty cool. Then the Bull did a couple of little spots against the other team. I would actually like to see the Los Locals, job more teams. They were actually pretty fun to watch. So yeah, it was a pretty okay match. Not too crazy great or anything like that. And simple, luchador match. It was actually a really good luchador match if you want to go there. Like a lot of high spots, a lot of jumping around and doing hurricanranas out of nowhere and stuff like that. So that was pretty interesting. Let's see. After that was a match between the Brie Bella, the Funkadactyls versus Natalya, Caitlyn, and Eva Marie. As far as the Divas match is concerned, it's an okay Divas match. I could feel that if it was 1-on-1 with, probably half of this Divas in the match, that it would have been a weak match. But it was mediocre at best. Nothing really interesting happened here. The Funkadactyls and Brie Bella came out with the win. I think Brie Bella pinned what's her name, Eva Marie or something like that. It was basically a hard match to remember at all. Nothing really, nothing in story-wise happened in the match. It was just, girls fighting girls, and basically it was a filler Divas match. I think what I'm thinking is that AJ's, because of her concussion, they're not sure what to do at all, and they don't know if they want to tell a story with any of these girls. Oh, also this match saw the return of Caitlyn, so that was interesting. Let's see. Oh, after that we get a backstage segment with Renee Young and Cody Rhodes and Goldust. Goldust was pretty, creepy and funny as he usually is, and Cody Rhodes cut a nice promo here too. Basically, talking about how they're gonna keep moving forward, and they beat the shit out of Sunday. Now it's time to beat the Wyatts and stuff like that. And Goldust did his little thing, and Cody Rhodes looked at him all weird and shit, and then kept going with his promo. So yeah, that was a pretty fun promo. Next match was Damien Sandow versus Alberto Del Rio. Like I said, this is an interesting match, heel versus heel. So at different points of the match, people were starting to root for Damien Sandow. And at different points of the match, people are rooting for Alberto Del Rio. Alberto Del Rio would do a kick or something like that, and it'll echo through the crowd, and that would get people hyped. And our Damien Sandow would do a flying neck breaker or something like that, or a spinning neck breaker, and people would get interested by that. It was a lot of good spots in this match. Not one guy was overly done in this match. The match ended up with Alberto Del Rio winning, which was it's okay. I would have liked to probably seen Damien Sandow get the win here to give him a little bit more of a push here. But it was an okay match. Not too many bad things about it. It was actually kind of pay-per-view quality, if you ask me. It was a pretty good match. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's rare you see heel versus heel matches, and this was a really good one. Both of these guys are really good workers, and I would say really good wrestlers. They both showed their skills in this match, and it got me interested in whatever each of them are going to do. Let's see. After that, they showed some more of the Big Show storyline. I can care less. Let's see. Okay, next match was Primetime Players versus Primetime Players and the Great Khali versus all of 3MB. An okay match, basically a filler match. It's really gonna lead nowhere. Primetime Players and Great Khali came out with the win with a Great Khali pinning, I believe it was Heath Slater. Some okay spots with the Primetime Players. It wasn't too much going on here. Basically a filler match. Next we had the main event, which was the Rhodes versus the Wyatts, Cody Rhodes and Goldust versus the Luke Harper and Roman Reigns or some shit like that, of the Wyatt family. And another good match here. I think this is like the third or so good match on this SmackDown, but this one was pretty good. Saw a lot of good spots by Goldust here. When the Goldbeard won, not Goldbeard won, the one that wears was it like a sheet mask or something like that? When he came into the ring against the Goldust, they had a nice little stare down where it's creepy Goldust versus this creepy sheet mask wearing dude, and Goldust does his thing to to the dude and then hits him. That was pretty fun to watch. So yeah, it was a couple of other good things in this match. A lot of good moves. Cody Rhodes hitting a lot of nice little moves on this dude. The sheep mask wearing dude does a mandible claw against Goldust, which is pretty nice. And the match ends with Cody Rhodes doing like a corkscrew roll up out of the corner on was it Luke Harper, and Rhodes ends up getting a win, and yeah, into a nice little match. I like that they got the roll up instead of a definite pin, and I believe this was the first loss for the Wyatt family. So, I'm not sure if it's going to lead into any story or anything, because Bray Wyatt's going against The Miz, and that's a whole nother thing, which also we didn't get to see any of that tonight on the show, which I think they probably should have, but I don't think The Miz was there tonight. But yeah, it was a pretty okay match. Not okay, it was a pretty good match. Fuck this bullshit. It was a pretty good match. I would like to see where they're going with Cody Rhodes and Goldust. It looks like they're pushing them more and more, and I think this is the best thing for Cody Rhodes. I think the next thing for him is that World Heavyweight Championship, putting him either against Alberto Del Rio or whoever wins out of John Cena and them, hopefully, it's Damian Sandow ends up cashing in and we get another, revamp up to Cody Rhodes versus Damian Sandow. So yeah, that was SmackDown. It was a pretty okay show. I would give it a B- probably. You had, I think, the two good matches up the level of the show. Everything else was okay here, mostly filler. Not too much story going on here besides the World Heavyweight Championship stuff. Matter of fact, I think that was the only story stuff that happened here. Everything else was just, matches. But the two main event type matches, the hour main event and this match was pretty good. So yeah. Nothing else to say. Y'all have a good night. You can find me anywhere at Big Chris, or find me anywhere Captain Animator, and peace.